On the whole, training courses are lacking just general support as a starting point. So me going out there, being present within their training courses, seeing their delegates, their practitioners, and just being their first point of call. So whilst I'm there, from an insurance point of view, I will deliver a presentation telling them what they need to do, because let's face it, once those delegates have left that training course, what do they do? Where do they go? Where do they start? So that is basically going to be my reasoning for being there, is just to help them begin their aesthetics journey fundamentally. And I think it's needed.
There's a lot of talk, isn't there, at the moment about the quality of training courses.
Absolutely.
Mark, you and I, we wrote and helped the JCCP.
Yeah, absolutely. Back end of 2021. Yeah, very important charter. I think the biggest thing I see is that 2021 was largely office and home based and reactive, and I think this year is where we turn that to being very outdoors, outbound, proactive, and where we visit people. Events are going to be back, as Vicky's already mentioned, and not just going to events, the big events every sort of 3 or 4 months. This is about getting in front of people all the time. This is on a weekly, monthly basis, and this is where Shelly's going to be out there, very, very much in people's faces, saying, this is who we are, this is what we need to do, and how we support you individually and as a sector. And I think it's really going to be a big year in terms of Hamilton Fraser and working with the sector and reinforcing.
What makes a good training course, Shelley? You see a lot of these, you meet a lot of training courses. What makes a good training course?
Well, most of the training courses have that element of, a good theoretical session, very visual. And from the training courses that I visited from the last half of 2021, the delegates seemed, quite engaged. And then usually the course is split into a practical session where the main person will, deliver the practicality of the treatment, and the delegates are then able to carry out their training. I don't think these types of treatments are something you can do in a couple of hours. Personally, I don't even think they're treatments you can do in a day. 2-day delivered quality theoretical practical training is something that I think is very, very basic for training courses to kind of put out there. And also after the training is just important. These delegates need to have support of, not only us, but of their training courses as well. And I think a lot of the larger training courses are kind of adapting a bit of a support method for the delegates to reach back to them. If they are, having difficulty in corrective treatments or getting certain products, they need that additional support. And that's why I want to work with those training courses, again, to assist them where we can.
Yeah, and of course health and safety and the environment and where they're practicing
is absolutely vital, so important.
So you pop down, you have a look, you sit in those training courses, and it's a bit like a review, isn't it? And ultimately you're telling them how to run their training course.
Yeah,
we want quality, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. We want quality in this industry and this day and age. Let's face it, you've got all those people that want to look good and feel good, and these practitioners, they've got that responsibility to deliver those treatments at the best quality that they can and in a safe way. Hopefully with me reinforcing, our message and supporting these training courses at the beginning of these practitioners' aesthetic journeys, hopefully we'll begin to, put our standpoint going forward.
I think something else to add, I would add, is that it also helps us understand the sector.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that it separates us from just being an insurance provider. Mm-hmm. We are there to work with the sector, understand the treatments, understand the processes, and then we can evolve as a provider of services to the sector. And then that's why we have the stronger trust. That's why these training courses are happy to have us there, because they know that we bring something to the table and help their clients, and we help their the overall sector that everybody's so passionate about.
Aesthetics Unlocked. Download and listen to the full podcast now at cosmetic-insurance.com or wherever you get your podcasts from.